if you guys remember Logan Paul, but there was an old video of him being passed around on the internet that he was kind of canceled for, but then people, decided, I'll take a second shot and bring you back. He went to the Japanese suicide forest, and then he found a guy who committed suicide and started mocking him and thought the whole forest thing was a joke and all this stuff, and which is insane. But here's Logan Paul going after Andrew Tate, who majority of Andrew Tate's comments are taken completely out of context. And yes, a lot of his stuff is a bit aggressive and kind of annoying and kind of douchey, but he has a persona. And I think everyone should be allowed to say whatever they want on the internet or in real life. And if people are gravitating to those people, great. Is he calling for violence? No. And so he's not. They're trying to make him be this evil villain. And it's incredible to watch all these people like Logan Paul, who should have been canceled forever for being an evil person. And again, I don't think he should have been, but it's just what he did on the internet was insane and horrible. But here's him saying that we shouldn't be welcoming Andrew Tate back into the community of creators. Here we go.
We're going to dive into Andrew Tate. I don't feel like platforming this guy.
Yeah, we got to de-platform him. It's not censorship. It's just de-censoring it,
I don't feel like giving him the blessing of being my dance partner in the ring.
Exactly. What did you do in that forest again, Logan?
Especially after the social media platforms have made it very clear how they feel about this guy.
Right. So when the social media decides to take someone down, you should all be against it all at the same time. And that's the more logical frame of thought. It's not actually having an opinion for yourself or thinking through, why do these platforms de-platform Andrew Tate? And this is something to actually engage in and maybe talk about and maybe say, why were they doing that? Was it taken out of context? Should we do a deep dive into reasons why and maybe come up to a conclusion ourselves? Or do we just go, oh, this is what everyone's doing, so if everyone's doing it, it must be the right thing, right, Logan? What are we in middle school again?
Yeah, right. And I would even
Justin in the chat, who is Andrew Tate? How dare you?
I would even put a little call out here to fellow creators and even JJ.
You never heard of Andrew Tate before this happened, Papa? That's because you're not on TikTok, probably. He was all over TikTok all the time. He's a man's rights activist kind of thing. He's like an old school man, encouraging men to strive to go after money and beautiful women and working hard. And, there's some stuff that was good and then some stuff that was just fringy over the top. But his main message was that men need to become more men nowadays, and men in today's world are seen more weak, and weakness is more celebrated, when in reality, this strong men need to be celebrated. And this whole toxic masculinity thing is a bad way of viewing the men, because when shit hits the fan, who do you call? You call the toxic masculinity men to come save your life. You don't call the average far leftist who LARPs for a living to come save your life. That's just a reality. I take the existence of TikTok on here. So yeah.
You want to re-platform this guy?
Do you want to re-platform this
Anyone.
guy?
You want to have him on your shows? You want to give him another opportunity to speak and spread his agenda? Because whether you believe it or not, the shit that Andrew Tate is saying will have a ripple effect much more dangerous than you can imagine. Because
again, creating a boogeyman out of nothing. That's what these people do. They he's just falling in line with politics. Let's not actually engage in what he's saying or critique what he's saying or watch a whole clip that's not out of context. Let's just take what everyone's saying and just create a boogeyman. It's what they do with Trump. It's just what they're going to do with DeSantis. I mean, you can go down the list of people who they Alex Jones. They'll take one story and create an entire narrative and say he's the most evil prick on the face of the planet. This is what they do because it gets clicks. And so he is part of the problem. Exactly. Gina Carino, perfect example. We should just be against her. How dare she use that that Nazi joke, saying that people are telling on their neighbor, which actually happened during the pandemic, where people were telling on their neighbor, hey, put your mask on. Are you vaccinated? I can't tell if I want to talk to you or not. Oh my God, I'm going to call my neighbor. I'm going to call on you. Stuff makes me so angry. And you would think somebody with such a huge platform that was canceled in a sense and then brought back in the community and people embraced him as he apologized and said, what I did was wrong and stuff like that. You would think a guy like that would say, what, everyone deserves more than one chance. Everyone deserves second, third, fourth, and fifth chances if they're a genuine person and they're not actually trying to get people to commit violence and stuff like that. You would think he would be about that, but he's not. Why? Because out of mind, out of sight. And he wants to show his base and people above him and people at YouTube and stuff like that he's part of the solution, the final solution, not part of the problem.
Because his narrative is truly hateful. His rhetoric has extreme negative energy in it, and it will affect.
His rhetoric has negative energy. Now, if that's not a incredible critique on someone, I don't know what is. You know what, bro? Your energy is very negative at the moment, and that's a problem. Okay.
Affect impressionable young people in a way that will not show until years from now, and it is dangerous. We're gonna dive into.
But what I was just thinking, like, what does the liberal think, though? Exactly. We need to get rid of Andrew Tate. He is a problem. He's telling men to do things like work hard for a living and, you know, have expensive cars. And he has like suits that are unbuttoned at the top. And he's a bit douchey. And we need to get rid of it. We need more submissive, weak men that we can mold. Like Oprah says, like, I will fix my man. I'm not going to ask him to change. I'm going to fix him and he'll become a better man for me. And that's more important. And I'm just so thankful that there are people like Logan Paul in the world to finally call out these bigots like Andrew Tate. He's just such a brave man. And I can't think of anything this man, Logan Paul, has done negatively for our community. Stay safe out there, y'all. People like him, like Andrew Tate out there exist everywhere. Stay away from these men. They're disgusting, evil beings.